What's good, y'all? Welcome to my channel, Chillinwithlanda. If this is your first time clicking on, then become a part of the crew and hit your subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment down below. And if you're already a part of the crew and you're not new here, then what's up? Welcome back. I got another story time. Not sure what I'm going to name this, but I'm definitely going to figure it out by the time it comes up, of course. And I miss y'all, of course. Just have to give y'all my weekly I miss y'all and I appreciate you all. Get your girl to 200 likes. I would appreciate that as well. And I don't really want to do too much rambling. I just want to go ahead and get into the story. So let's go. So your girl got invited to a birthday dinner. And I had a plus one. So to this birthday dinner, I invited one of my friends that I had at the time. And we head to this birthday dinner. We were nice. Had on my little dress. She had on her little jumpsuit. We were nice. It was a big venue. The restaurant was huge. We had like 2 rooms full of people. The birthday dinner it turned out a success. So I'm sitting with my friend and I'm close to the birthday girl. And everything is smooth. We're ordering lots of food, lots of appetizers. It was one of them restaurants, like a steakhouse style, like a family style, where you order like a appetizer and it comes in a big plate so everybody can eat off of it. It was one of those kind of restaurants. So when you have food like that, it brings people together. You have to talk to one another, like people that I didn't know. Of course, I had to speak with them because we're sharing food. So the night is going very well. A lot of her friends was there. A lot of males was also there. So while I'm eating, I did notice this guy kept looking at me. I would look at him, he would look at me, and I'm shy, so I would look away. But occasionally throughout the night, I kept seeing this one particular guy. He kept just looking at me. So the night is going on, and we're eating. We're having a good time. We eating good. Like we ate really good. I had I shared some appetizers with people. I had my own meal. I'm having drinks and this guy just keep looking at me. So I just figured, I'm like, I hope he don't try to come over here and talk to me because again, I'm not there for that and I'm really shy. So the night is like wrapping up and it's time for everybody to pay the bill, right? So I'm asking the waitress, to for my tab and my check. She walks away and then she comes back to me and she was like, well, somebody paid your bill already. And she pointed at the guy who kept looking at me. So I started, my cheeks was hot. I started blushing, y'all. And I still just couldn't really look at the guy. I looked at him when the waitress said him, but I didn't stare at him because I was really shy. So the time that I did glance at him, I did give him a little smile and, like a thank you. So shoot, he paid my tab. I was just gonna order me some more drinks. So since that was paid for, I ordered me some drinks for me and my friend that I came with, and we continued to sit there for a little bit talking, and we continued to drink and just wrapping the night up. This guy just still looking at me, and I'm still kind of avoiding eye contact with him because I'm not here for that, and I'm shy. Leave me alone. So, the dinner is about done. Half of the people has already gone. It's me and my friend. This guy is still there. The birthday girl is still lingering around, talking to people as they leave. So as we're talking, we're walking towards the exit of the restaurant. So I'm at the exit of the restaurant. My friend that I came with, she already walked to the car and it's hot. She got the car running, the AC running. She's ready to go. I'm at the exit of the restaurant at the door. I'm talking to the birthday girl and her crew and her family, and we're just all talking and chopping it up, y'all. So as I'm talking to the birthday girl, I can feel somebody like grab the tip of my fingers. So I look back and it was that guy. And I have to name him. Let's name him, I'm gonna name him Mark. I don't know. So I look back and Mark was like, he was like, "What's up? What's your name? I don't know you. Like, what's up?" So I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm talking to my friend." Like, he was like, "What's up? What's your name? You pretty." So I'm like, "Thank you. I'm talking." So I, take my hand back and I turn to the birthday girl and me and her continue talking. So as I'm talking to her, I kind of glanced back to see if he was still there. He had walked off. So in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. He's gone. Like, don't approach me. You see me talking to somebody, like, and then you catch me off guard. Like, I'm already a shy person. That was not going to work. But I keep talking to the birthday girl, and it's like 10 minutes later, it's time to go. So I wrap it up with her, and I head to the car where my friend was. So in the car, we're cooling off. We're talking about the dinner and all the food was good. Oh, the steak was delicious, and we're talking about the people that was there because their dress was beautiful or her hair was nice, and her parents was there. We were talking about the atmosphere and the energy. The night was very good at the birthday dinner. So we just sitting in the car talking about that, and I'm strolling on my phone, and it's a little knock at the window. So I pick my head up and look, and of course, it's Mark at the window, y'all. So I'm sitting there with my head tilted just like this, looking out the windshield. I'm like, he taps again. So my homegirl was just like, girl, you know him? So I rolled the window down just a tad bit. So he was like, what's up? So I was like, what's up? He was like, you act like you scared of me. I was like, sir, I don't even know you. What's up? So he was like, dang, you pretty. Like, can I talk to you? Can I get to know you? So as he's saying that, I have my other hand and I'm tapping on my homegirl wrist, like, put it in drive and let's go. So she get the hint. So she put her foot on the brake and she's like, she got a hand finna do like this. So he was like, damn, you gonna do me like that? Like, I'm just trying to talk to you. Like, I paid for your dinner and stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, and by the way, thank you for that. Cause it had totally slipped my mind. I was like, oh, and by the way, thank you for that. Like, that was very kind of you. Like, it was very nice. I still wasn't really interested, y'all. So he was like, you act like you scared of me or whatever. I'm like, it's not that. I'm just shy and I'm not really looking to date right now. And my homegirl, I'm still trying to tap her to like put it in drive and go. So now she's like have the car rolling just a tad bit and he's still at the window talking to me. So he was like, dang, you gonna do me like that? Stop rolling the car. Like, why you doing me like that? I'm just trying to talk to you. So my homegirl, she was like, girl, just talk to him. So she put the car in park. So me and him is talking. Now, mind you, my face is even more hot. I'm even more shy at this point because not only am I forced to talk to him now, my friend is right here and it's very awkward. So he's like, what's your name? I tell him my name and he's like, I never seen you before. Are you related to the birthday girl or whatever? I'm like, no, I'm just her friend. And this is my friend. We just came to support and whatever. He was like, yeah, hey friend, how you doing? And we're just sitting there talking. So eventually the conversation wraps up to, can I have your number? And I was like, no, absolutely not. I can take your number and, put it in my phone. So he gave me his number and I put it in my phone. My homegirl was just like, girl, he's cute. Like, you gonna talk to him? Like, he seemed like a nice guy. Like, he approached you nice or whatever. Like, you stop, give him a chance or whatever. So I'm telling my homegirl, like, girl, I'm not looking to date right now. I wasn't really paying Mark no attention, y'all. I just took the man number so he can get off the window and we can pull off. But a couple days passed by, maybe 2, 3, 4 days, and I had no boyfriend and I wasn't really dating. And I was a little bored. I was very bored. And yeah, I text Mark. So I text Mark and I was like, hey, how you doing? And instantly he just off bat knew who I was. He was like, hey Londa, what's up? Like, I was wondering when you were gonna hit me up. So we're texting and we're talking. And he texts back really fast. Like, he didn't give it no break. Like, I don't know. I'm a very fast texter too because it's like if I'm texting someone and the messages are coming through, it's no need to just put the phone down. I'm just gonna get my response out of the way. I'm that kind of person too. So we're sitting there texting like back to back. I'm like, I sent a message come through. I sent a message come through. Like, dang. But the conversation was flowing and it was really nice. At this point, I felt okay. I can text him and call him. So we started talking on the phone that day. And of course, we're getting to know each other. I'm telling him about me and I'm asking him questions about him. And I'm like, well, you were born down here, whatever. He's like, yeah. And, well, I have 3 brothers and no sisters. And he's telling me, well, I have 2 sisters and then I have 2 brothers and I have 2 nieces. And my mom and my dad, they don't stay in the state. They stay out of town. So cool, That's what's up. You got a nice big family. You got a lot of sisters and brothers. This sounds very cool. The conversation was very nice with Mark. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. He seemed very normal, so to speak. He seemed like he had a lot going for himself. Mentally, he was mentally stimulating. Like, he asked me a lot of good questions, not just what you doing and How was your day? He asked me good questions. We talked about food and ingredients, recipes. We talked about aliens. The conversations with Mark was very, very good, to say the least. However, within those days that we were texting and talking every day, he would ask me to see me and to like come to his house. Absolutely not. Like I'm not really ready to see you, and if I do decide to see you, I am not coming to your house the first time because listen, I'm not a young girl anymore. I've been there, done that. A man asks you to come to his house the first time, he just want a hunch. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've been there, done that. No, sir. You want to see me? We're going to meet somewhere in public or a nice place to do something together. And that's that. But every day, he kept asking to see me and to come to his house. And every day, I would just say no. But throughout those days, the conversation with Mark, like I said, was very nice. And I became comfortable with him and I agreed to let him come pick me up and so we could meet. At this time, I did not have a car and I was staying with my dad. So this day I decided to meet Mark and he was excited and I was excited too because we had been texting and talking for days at this point. So if you have watched my other story times, again, down the street from my dad's house was these raggedy apartments, the projects. So I wasn't going to have him pull up to my daddy house. So I sent him the address to one of my friends or I don't remember, somebody who stayed in the projects. I gave him their address. And like I said, the projects was literally a 5-minute walk from my dad's house. So I give him the address to the apartments because when he told me he was going to be on his way, I was just going to simply walk there and just wait at Red House or whoever house, that was in the apartments at the time. It was no biggie. So he texts me. He's like, yeah, I'm like 5 minutes away. And I'm nervous now. I'm very nervous, shy girl. So I'm like, whew, y'all. I'm scared and my heart is racing. But like I said, the conversations with him was nice. So I was kind of comfortable. He eventually pulls up like in a parking spot, and before I can even like hit the gate, I see him pop the trunk, and whatever he had in that back seat, I couldn't really see it because I was walking up to the car. It was like, I couldn't really see in detail what those items were. But as I'm walking up, he just taking stuff out of his car, like from the front and the back seat and putting it in the trunk, like, just throwing stuff in the trunk. So as I'm walking up, I'm like, oh, he's a gentleman too. Whatever he had in his car, he's clearing it out for me. Like, that's what I was thinking in my head. Like, okay, maybe his car is messy and he's just being a gentleman and moving all that mess out of the way. And so I didn't think twice about that. And he closed the trunk and I get in the car. First thing he said, you want to go to my house? No, sir, absolutely not. Why would you ask me that? I should have got my butt out of that car and went home, but he wasn't that bad. Mark was really not that bad. He asked me, but, absolutely not, sir. So the deal was to go to this sports bar down here we call Duffy's. So I love Duffy's. Duffy's is a whole vibe. So at Duffy's, you can either sit inside the building or you can sit outside where the ocean at. And outside they have a bar and they have a pool. And people can get inside of the pool. It's a cool place. Big flat screen TVs everywhere. You can even smoke cigarettes out there. Very nice restaurant. And we decided to sit out by the pool. And by the pool, like I said, was bartender, like the bar and seats everywhere. It was very packed this day. It was a vibe. This drunk lady was sitting next to me. She was all leaning on me, very comfortable, and I didn't really mind. We just had a good time. I'm watching the people that was in the pool. They got on their bathing suits or whatever. I'm watching them play in the pool, and me and Mark, we're talking. So now we're face to face again. We're talking, and again, he asked me some questions about me, but I don't really want to talk about me because I know me. I want to hear about you. So I'm asking Mark about himself, and again, he's telling me about his sister and how he take care of his 2 nieces, and he's pretty much telling me that he's the provider of his family, and he's the breadwinner, so he gives his sister money and he pays bills for her for her stability and his nieces or whatnot. But he just kept going on and on about how he pays his sister bills and he's just tired of giving her his money to support his nieces or whatnot because their dad was a deadbeat and his parents again was out of town. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening, of course, this is our like our first encounter in face to face. So maybe he just needs to vent, y'all. So I'm listening to Mark vent. You know, I'm just all ears at this point. I'm just eating my chicken wings, just picking the little feathers that I see off, and just listening to him. And I'm occasionally sipping my drink, and I'm just listening to him talk about his sister and his nieces, and he's going broke, and they use him. So I'm just being a listening ear, you guys. It really went in one ear and not the damn other, if you want me to be quite honest. But I listened to Marky Mark, and he got it all out. And like I said, that restaurant, that sports bar was a vibe. People was all in the pool. The game was on. The drunk lady was all on me, having a good time. Like, we had a good time. It was a vibe there at the restaurant. Besides him complaining the whole time about his sisters and his nieces, it was a vibe. So because it was a vibe and the conversations was flowing, I did think that Mark was very sweet and nice. And then, like I said, we were drinking. He got up to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, cool. I have to go to the bathroom too. I get up, go to the bathroom. I come back, he's at the table. We continue drinking, watching the people in the pool have a good time. He gets back up and he goes to the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, dang, he taking him back. He gotta release the beast. He gotta he gotta go, pee, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm still watching the people in the pool, watching the game occasionally. He comes back. We continue to eat, and we continue to drink, and we continue to talk. 10 minutes later, he has to get up and go to the bathroom again. So now I'm like, dang, he got a weak bladder or something? Like, is his kidneys okay? I'm not understanding. Like, because I only got up at this point to use the bathroom once. And I am a pissy girl when I drink, So I'm like, okay, maybe he can't hold it. So he comes back, and, it's like another 10, 15 minutes. He gets up again and go to that bathroom. So now I'm starting to feel like, I don't know if this is my hint that he wants to get up and leave, or maybe I'm boring to him, or, I don't get why he keep getting up to go to the bathroom like so often and so much. But I just let it slide. So he comes back, and again, another 10, 15 minutes. He gets up to go to the bathroom again. This whole time I'm thinking Mark is in there pissing. But this time when I'm looking at the bathroom, before, like, so the door was kind of half open, and I can see him in the bathroom when the door is swung open, and he's on the phone. He's on that phone, and he looked like he was arguing with somebody. I'm not sure who he was on the phone with. I couldn't hear him, but I realized he kept getting up, going to that bathroom because somebody kept blowing up his phone, He went to the bathroom maybe 5 or 6 times, and every time he was on the phone in the bathroom. So I didn't say anything. I that's not my business. That my name Bennett, and I'm not in it. If he don't bring it to me, it has nothing to do with me. Like, so, I seen him on the phone, but when the door swung, so when he comes out, of course he's not on the phone anymore. So it was weird. So it's time to pay. So now he gets up and he walks to the bartender, I guess, to go ask for the check, or to go pay it at the register, not sure. And then he comes back. So we're sitting there, and now we're looking at each other. Blink, 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 blink. Because you asked me on the date, right? So I didn't really mind if I had to pay a little something. I'm just be honest. I'm not that kind of girl. But he goes to the bartender. He comes back to the table. Now he's sucking his teeth, and he's patting his wallet. Y'all know what that means. Dang. So I'm like, damn, did this man, he's not gonna pay for this date? So I wait a little bit. I'm not gonna say nothing until he say something to me. So I'm sitting at the table quiet, looking at him. Damn, man, damn. So he goes in his wallet, and he gets a card, and he go walk back to the register where the bartender was. He comes back to the table. He was like, dang, I'm short $12. Like, you got the $12? And y'all, I don't have a problem with that. I went in my purse, and I gave him $12. In fact, I probably gave him more than that for a tip, because he paid for my dinner at the birthday dinner. You remember that? So I didn't really think twice about giving him that $12, $12. What is $12? He did look a little mad, like a little embarrassed. But, It's cool. Like, you paid for my whole dinner. I didn't even know you. I can pay you back and just, pay the difference, the $12. It ain't no thing. So I'm telling him it's all good. Mark, relax, like it's all good. And again, y'all, Mark at this point seemed very gentlemanlike. He was very nice. He looked good. He smelled good. Nothing about Mark was off. Like, the conversations was very nice with Mark. So, like I said, I was enjoying the time with Mark. I didn't have a problem, like the phone calls or whatever. Like, that's his business. I didn't think nothing of it. So we leave Duffy's, and again we get in the car. He must have thought I was drunk. He's like, "You want to go to my house?" Hell no, I don't want to go to your house. So we decide to just go by the water. We're in Miami. It's plenty of water views and parking spots we can go to hang out. So we decide to go to the spot where the water was, and we're out there hanging, and the water is nice, very calm. We can hear the fishes jumping out the water, and we're talking. That's the best conversation. Now he want to talk about me. So I'm talking about me, telling him my little stories and my life and how many, my siblings and this and that, blah 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 blah. And then it gets back to Mark's turn to talk about him, and woe him. I'm getting tired of hearing about his sisters and his nieces and how he take care of them and how he pays her water bill and her light bill and half of her rent, and he's tired of acting like the niece's dad, and it's just woe him. I'm tired of hearing it, Mark. Like, well, why can't we talk about something? But it made up for that by how he treated me. Like, y'all, Mark was a gentleman. Mark would rub my love handles, child. He made me feel pretty. When I was around Mark, he made me feel like the only girl in the world. Like he made me feel so special, and I already known him not that long, so, and that's why I didn't want to date in the first place, because at that time I was falling hard. Like, like, if you treated me good, I was just your girlfriend. So I was falling hard for Mark. Mark was to me, he had such a good heart because how passionate he spoke about his sisters and taking care of his nieces, and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm falling for Mark. I like Mark, but I wouldn't go to his house that night. So that we're still talking, and it's now it's getting a little cold out there because again we're by the water. So I wanted to go home low key in my head, but all of a sudden he just hops up, and like, he, after looking on his phone, he hops up, and now all of a sudden it's a rush. Now he's like, come on, get up, let's go, let me go ahead and take you back home. But 5 minutes ago it was just, dang, you tired, but I don't want you to leave yet. What the heck happened within them 5 minutes time span? Like, it was the light switch flipped. I don't know. He looked at his phone, and honey, it was time to go. So he was like, "Yeah, let me come on, let's wrap this up. Let me go ahead and drop you home." Again, I was falling for Mark, so it's like, yeah, I thought about that, but it's like I really didn't care because he made me feel so good inside. So I thought about it, but I'm like, maybe he have to do something. Maybe one of the boys calling. I was just giving myself every excuse in the book to just not look at those red flags. Now I'm feeling comfortable with Mark. So, the next day or whatever, he asked me to go on another date. And of course, I agreed. Again, you want to come to my house? Hell no. So we decided to go to the movies. I can't remember what movie we saw, y'all. Can't remember what movie we saw. But we went to the movies, the AMC. And on the way to the movies, he was like, damn, them snacks in the a little expensive. And in my head, I was like, this nigga cheap. But, I was like, okay, well, I don't know how y'all grew up, but I don't buy them snacks anyway. So on the way to the movie theater, I'm like, just stop by the corner store or a gas station. And I had my big purse anyway. And honey, I brought all kind of, well, he gave me the money for all kind of juice and snacks. And I brought all kind of little heat up sandwiches and all kind of stuff, just all kind of candy. It was a nice little bag of stuff that I brought, and I packed it in my purse. We pulled up to the theater, and he was like, "Oh, I like you a ride or die." You never did that before? Am I the only one sneak stuff in the movie theaters? They don't check your bag, so it's not like you're really sneaking it anyway. But whatever. So I'm like, am I the only one does that? He was like, oh, I like you. You a ride or die. So again, y'all, I'm smitten, child. Just thank you. So he had some little shots in his car of liquor. So we take a little shot, and then he put some shots in my purse for the movie theater. We go inside the movies. Of course, he pays, and then we go take a seat. We watch the movie. Very nice movie. I knew it was nice. I don't remember what movie we watched, but I know we had a good time. But in the movie theater, he was a little touchy. When I say touchy, I just mean like not disrespectful touchy, like touching on my like privates, but like the end of the knee, or like the putting his hand over my shoulder, kind of like, and whispering in my ears, and the hot breath reaching the ear is a little tingly, you know what I'm saying? So I started to feel a little, happy and stuff, The vibes were vibing, y'all, in the movie theater. Like, yeah, the chemistry was flowing, and yeah, and I love a man that smelled good. He smelled really good. And yeah, the vibes was just vibing, y'all. The chemistry was flying everywhere. Like, so yeah, I just knew that I probably was gonna take it a step further with Mark. He could feel the vibe, I could feel the vibe. So we get in a car, and he was like, y'all already know what he gonna ask me. So you wanna come to my house? And this time I said, yeah, I'll come to your house. So he was like, bet. So, of course, I had to go to my house. So we pull up to my house, and I go inside to pack my spending night bag, put all my, pair of pennies, and got my toothbrush, and I got me a little body wash in case he don't have none. You know how the spending night bag go, girl. Got my little toiletries and stuff like what, got my stuff. So I come outside, and he pops the trunk. Like, he just automatically pops the trunk. I don't know if he forgot that the trunk was full of the stuff that he put in from the car, but I head toward the trunk to put my bag in the back of the trunk. Now, what I seen in the back of the trunk was a car seat, some pink sandals, some Jordan shoes, must be was his shoes, and some bow ties, like some dark navy bow ties that goes on, like, look like, how when you wear a suit, or like just work ties that you wear with your work attire type ties. It was like a whole pack of them. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is sister and his niece stuff, Like, oh, her little sandals is cute. That's what I was thinking in my head. So I just put my bag back there, close the trunk, get in the car. So I asked him, I say, Mark, like, you got a bunch of stuff in your trunk. Like, oh yeah, that's my niece stuff. You know the car seat and stuff. When I do have them, and have them and stuff like that. I got their stuff in the trunk ready to go. So I'm like, okay, cool. Again, y'all, stupid me. I was so smitten by Mark, just seeing the beauty and whatever. Child, so we rolling. They hating. Anyways, that song been stuck in my head. We rolling. We get to his neighborhood, y'all. Now, this neighborhood is very nice. This is where the nice house is at. When you pull in this neighborhood, you instantly be like, ooh, this is nice type of neighborhood, right? So when we pulled in his neighborhood, I was like, ooh, this is nice. Because all the houses was very, very nice. I just knew his house was going to be sweet. So we started to slow down, and eventually he busts a right into this driveway. Now the driveway had like an electric gate, the ones that you got to hit the little button on your little sun visor, and they go, yep, one of them. So we pull into the house, and then we pull in, and the gate right behind us close and lock us up, very safe and sound. Yes. So we get out the car. I'm very quiet. He opened the trunk. I get my spending night bag. And, his house is very nice. Very, very, very nice. Grass was cut. In the lawn was groomed. He had, the LED lights that follow the pathway to the door. His door was glass. He had cameras on the outside of his house. I was like, ooh, I was impressed. So he comes in front of me. He unlocks his door, and he, let me in. Very gentleman-like. Very good, Mark. Very good. So I goes in, and it smells good. It didn't smell like a man house. Sometimes men houses smell like butt, smell like toe jam and ass. I'm just being real. Like, they be having like a little undertone to their house sometimes. But his house smelled good. It smell like Febreze, girl. The Hawaiian kind. It smelled good. Fabuloso. Smelled very nice in there. Like, I don't know. He had a lot of live plants in the corners. That was my first thing that caught my eye. I love plants. He had like plants in the corner, lot long mirrors in the house. I'm just trying to visualize it. Like he had marble on the floor, nice island in the kitchen. His house was dope, y'all. So I'm like, yeah, he got a little money. He seemed nice, level-headed guy. So I'm very impressed. So I get comfortable. He tells me to go put my stuff in the bedroom. I go into his bedroom. I put my bag down. I come back in the living room to where he was. I did notice it was like a 3-bedroom house. He was in one bedroom. It was another bedroom, and the third bedroom was locked. The door was closed. Like the whole time I was there, I never got to see inside of it. I remember I tried to wiggle the handle. It was locked. I just never seen inside of this one bedroom. But the other two, one was his and the other one I got to see inside. It was normal bedroom. Um, but I go inside the kitchen and we're cooking and we're talking about food. That was our chemistry. We would talk about food and ingredients and spices, and we would get down talking about food. So we in the kitchen, he's cooking and we're talking about food. It's a good time. And I did forget to mention that Mark was only 1 year older than me, y'all. 1 year older than me. At this time, I was younger, and he was only 1 year older than me. So in my head, I was thinking, like, is he some type of scammer or some type of fraudster or something? Because you only 1 year older than me. How do you have this nice car, this nice house, you know? And then he tell me how he take care of his sister and his nieces. I guess y'all could kind of see where this is going, right? But yeah, I'm gonna just keep going. As we're eating in the living room, I did notice pictures on the wall. Now, it was a lady and it was like a daughter. Was it two girls? One side. It was a couple pictures, but the pictures was like of grandpa, of like you can tell of like aunties, his family. It was like little kids. A couple pictures that stood out to me though was just like of this woman. She had two little girls, and she was very pretty. With the two little girls, it caught my attention because the two little girls, they looked like me. They were red skinned and they had puffy hair. Like they looked like me. So I was like, oh, these girls are so pretty. Like, who's this girl with the kids? He was like, oh, that's my sister, one of my sisters and my nieces. I was like, oh yeah, they're very nice. They look very pretty. And they look like me. So, I didn't think twice of the pictures because it was just his sister and his nieces in the pictures. And I thought that they were very beautiful. So we continued looking over all the other pictures, and I see family members and graduation pictures. He had a lot of family pictures. So, and then again, whoa me. Marcus is going back into this trance of like, I'm so tired of supporting my sister and my nieces, and my mom always asking me for money. And again, I'm just a listening ear, y'all, but I'm getting very tired at this point. So the night is wrapped up, and I spend the night. We do. It was very good. The next day I go home, right? So it got kind of quiet for the next week. Like the next week, it got kind of quiet. He wasn't really texting me. I wasn't really texting him or calling him. And I kind of like the little break, because I kind of was falling for Mark too fast. I really was very smitten by him. I liked him, and I thought that week apart was very good. Of us not really texting and talking as much. I'm not sure what was going on in his life. I didn't care. I was going back to work and I was just living life. I just needed a break anyway. So eventually he hits me up and he was like, do you want to come spend the night this weekend? And I was like, yeah. Because, it's been a week and, we on good terms. I'm like, okay, yeah. He picks me up, and when I get in the car, he's like, yeah, so I booked a hotel for us because my mom and my dad and my sister and nieces is at my house because the past week we've had a death in the family, and like my mom and dad and them flew down, so they gonna use my home, and I don't really want us to be in there, doing stuff like that. And I understood that. I was like, oh, your mom and dad is down here, on bad circumstances, but at least you get to see your family, your sister and stuff like that, So I agree. I'm like, okay, cool. I was a little mad because his house was very fun and nice, but he assured me that we had a nice hotel. So I was a little I was calm after that. So we drive to this hotel. The hotel was very nice. It was a Hilton, very nice, very clean, and we're in the parking lot. We sit in the parking lot for just a minute because he had to browse his phone. I noticed he was very paranoid. He kept looking out the mirrors and the windows and stuff like that. And, just kept looking at his phone. Because when we parked, we didn't get out instantly. We sat there for a minute because he was just going through his phone. And I noticed how paranoid he was. So I'm like, Mark, are you okay? So he's like, yeah, I'm just, my family's hitting me up. It's just a lot going on with the funeral and stuff. So, I'm just comforting him. I'm like, I'm sorry. And, it's going to get better. They're only here for a few days. So he's like, yeah. So I get my bag and we head up. We check in. We head up to the room, and we decided to go have dinner. So I get ready, and he's getting ready, but again, Mark is just on his phone, on his phone, like and I took what he told me, that it was his family. They bother him about funeral stuff. They need some money. From the stories that he's told me, I'm figuring that they just bother him for financial stuff. So I just took it with a grain of salt, and I'm just getting ready. I go in the shower, and I'm dressed now. So he's dressed. So we go down to the car, and we getting ready to pull off. And I forget something. I'm like, damn, I forgot my whole damn wallet in the room. So he pulls up to the front door. I get out. I go back upstairs to the room. And when I get to the door was cracked. The door was cracked. Like, it was like this much open. Like, I don't know. So even if like you know how sometimes hotel doors, if you don't make sure it closed, sometimes it won't close. I thought maybe that happened because I stood at the front of the door for like a few minutes. I'm like, I know I closed this door, but I know he closed the door. But I heard it snap. I heard it. I remember the door closing behind us. So I sit there for a couple seconds, think about it, go into the hotel room, get my wallet, go back out. Go back to the car. I'm like, Mark, did you close the door? He was like, yeah, I closed the door. I'm like, you sure? He was like, yeah. He was like, why? I'm like, because when I went up there, the door was cracked. And I'm like, maybe it was housekeeping, maybe it was housekeeping. I'm just trying to make all kind of excuses. Maybe it was housekeeping. Maybe you didn't close the door completely and it opened up a little bit. I'm just thinking, everything but somebody broke into the room. So, because that would be horrible if somebody broke in there and stole all our stuff. So I'm thinking maybe it was housekeeping. So he's like, dang, man, like, I hope it's housekeeping. Nobody went inside our room. So we go out to dinner. We go out to dinner and we come back and the room is locked how I locked it and closed it. And so I'm taking a shower. Before I get in the shower, I'm naked. I got the shower running and I'm standing in there preparing to step in. I can hear like the door open. I can hear the door open very aggressively. But I thought maybe again it was housekeeping or something because I didn't hear Mark saying anything. It was just quiet. I just simply heard the door opening. So I get up and I get up. I finish taking off the rest of my clothes. I get in the shower, bubble up, scrub up, take a shower. Now I'm out of the shower. This is like 10, 15 minutes later, y'all. I'm out of the shower naked, wet. So I'm still, I'm vibing, not thinking nothing. I hear arguing. I hear this woman. At first, it wasn't like loud, but I can hear a woman. And I'm just quiet now. I'm listening. So she is loud now. And they're arguing. Mark and this woman is arguing. I'm in the bathroom with the door locked with this towel wrapped around me. So I can hear them talking. So Mark is just like, what you doing here? What you doing here? She was like, I'm sick of this, Mark. I'm sick of this. You keep doing this to me. He was like, how you found me? Why are you here? She was like, I'm so sick of you, Mark. You keep doing this to me. She was like, I tracked you here. I have a tracker on your car. You stupid as hell. And he was like, what you mean? So she was like, and then I seen you on the camera with the girl leaving the house. I seen you the time, just telling him. She pretty much seen me at her house, pretty much. So he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now this is where it gets crazy. So she was like, I know you always cheating on me. I'm tired of it. She was like, I'm only home a week out of the month. This flight attendant job puts a lot on me. It puts a lot on me. So she's a flight attendant. That's where those bow ties come from, probably from her uniform. Y'all. So then she goes to say, yeah, this flight attendant job is too much for me. And you don't even watch the girls. I'm tired of my mama calling me complaining because every time you're supposed to watch them, you're dropping them to my mama house. Daughters. So y'all, clutching my pearls. I'm in the bathroom holding this towel for dear life. Because what? She's a flight attendant and you have 2 daughters. And that's why I never seen those girls. You might say, Londa, you stupid girl. Yeah, because I ignored all them little red flags. But I didn't think that them was his daughters because I never seen the little girls. Every time me and him was on the phone, I never heard the girls. I never heard him talking to them. I never, physically, I've never heard, like, I've only heard of him talk about these girls. I've never seen them. So I really thought that they were his nieces. So I'm like, oh no. So she's like, I'm so sick of this. And she was like, what else she say? She was like, and I keep getting letters in the mail. She was like, I keep sending you money to pay the bills while I'm gone, and you're not even paying the bills. Why are we late on this? Why are we late on that? Like, why are we late on this? So I was kind of confused. I was confused because I'm like, why she ain't coming here and knock me across my head yet? She was really poised, y'all. I get a girl her props. Miss Mamas was really poised, very demure. She didn't come in there and knock my head off, cause girl, I was gonna be in there like Ebony, for real. But I was perplexed, cause I'm like, why she ain't come in here and knock my head off yet? So she's talking to him. She was like, I send you all of this money. I work so hard doing this job. You're not paying the bills. You're cheating on me. So I'm just in the hole of my towel. I'm like, oh my God. I just couldn't believe it. So she was like, and where is she? Where's the girl? Mark was like, she's not in here. Like, you need to leave. She's not in here. You need to leave. She was like, I know she's in here. So I hear her walking to the bathroom, but I also hear Mark like stopping her and pushing her away. She was like, that's okay. She was like, I know she can hear me. She was yelling through the door at me, y'all. She was like, ma'am, tie your shoes up and run. Tie your Nikes up and run from Mark. Tie your Nikes up and run. She was telling me to run from Mark. She was like, he is no good, girl. She was like, he uses all my money and after all of these times, this man has told me how broke he is from supporting his sister and his nieces, honey. Oh my God. So she was like, yes, he used all my money. She was like, I saw you on the camera at our house. I have a tracker on his car. And he was supposed to pick me up from the airport when I land tonight, and he wasn't there. She was like, I knew he was with you. And I was just I was gagged. So she was like, I knew he was with you. She was like, I pulled up the tracker and I seen he was at the hotel. She was like, and I came up when you guys checked in. She was like, I came up to the room because I was trying to catch you guys, but y'all was gone. So that's why the door was open. She had done came in there and she tried to on us, and we was already gone. So she was like, yeah, and I came up here and y'all was gone. And I was in the bathroom just gagged. Now, so she's still talking to Mark, and she was just like, she didn't cry or nothing. She was very poised, y'all. She let him have it. So she was like, yeah, this is over. She was like, I'm glad I didn't marry you. Like, she was like, this is the third or second time, I don't remember. Shit, it one too many. She was like, this is the second time you have cheated on me and I caught you, Mark. I'm tired of you. She was a very poised lady. Like, she was very poised. I'm gonna give her that. And I felt so bad. So while she's yelling at me through the door, y'all, I got my cell phone and I'm calling Uber. Yes, ma'am, I'm calling Uber. And I pay, yes, ma'am, I'm gonna pay to get home. So I'm slowly but surely drying off, putting on my clothes, put on my underwear, put on my clothes, right? Grabbed every little thing that I had in there, put it in my little bag. And before I know it, it got quiet. It was very quiet. She had left. So I waited a second and I opened the door and I look at Mark and he's looking at me. The man was speechless, too stunned to speak. I say that a lot. But he was too stunned to speak. Just sitting on the edge of the bed, just looking at me, shaking his head, honey. I don't know. And I was looking at him, and as I'm looking at him, I'm slowly putting the rest of my stuff in my bag and looking at my phone because my Uber is what, 2 minutes away. So I'm like, you know what, Mark? I said this is messed up, and this is not what I signed up for. This is too much. Like you have a girlfriend already and stuff like that. He still didn't say anything. Now I was very upset because it's like I really liked him. I really, really, really liked him. I really liked him. And I forgot, I had a thought that I was going to say, but I totally forgot what I was going to say. But I really, really liked him. And yeah, that was crazy. My Uber came. Miss Ma'am had left. She had left, and I didn't hear from her. Like, while I was out there waiting on my Uber, I didn't see her. My Uber came, and I left. Um, of course, Mark hit me up. Of course, he called me and called me and called me and texted me and told me he was sorry and this and that and this and that. But I ignored him. I stood on business. I stood on business. Feel me? And I ignored him because he broke my heart. And until this day, y'all, till this day, he occasionally writes me on Facebook. How you doing? How you been doing? That's all he say. How you been doing? Get your dusty ass on. Because I know he probably watched me too. Chad. But yes, get your dusty behind on. Like he really broke his girlfriend heart. Like and we tell these stories and I'm just telling it how it is. I was really upset because just like I said in other stories, give me a choice. Give me the choice if I want to ruin my day. Give me the choice if I want to wake up and say, I feel like getting my ass beat today. I feel like I can go to jail today. I got enough bail money. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me that choice. Don't ruin my day for me. So he ruined my day for me, and that was it for me. Like, so, till this day, y'all, Mark hits me up. No, 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 sir. Please don't. And yeah, that was the end of the story time. I'm not sure if Miss Mama stayed with him. I'm not sure. Probably because if she said that this was the second or third time, why she didn't leave on the first time, I don't know. And I truly felt bad because I really thought that she was his sister and their kids was his nieces. I never seen them in person, so I'm sorry, girl. But yeah, I did right, and after that, I never talked to him again, and I'm very proud of myself for that. Because I didn't double back at all. Y'all, I love y'all. Dapper sister up. I got another story time out of the way for you guys. I hope it was very entertaining for you. I hope I made your day better. And I hope whatever you're going through at this time, whether it's sad, you're depressed, or just hindrance in life, obstacles, troubles don't last always, sisters and brothers. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. I truly love y'all and appreciate y'all. Run your girl up to 200 likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't. Hit your notification bell. Like this video, leave a comment down below. And until next time, family, I'm out. Peace.